As you guys probably know by now, the Seren quest suggestion was a Rune Labs idea by Gaga Lady, and he wants us to create a quest that's all about bringing Seren back and also reward you guys with some new spells and prayers. If you've been active on the forums, you'll see that Mod Raven and myself have been keeping a thread going, asking players for all their ideas for spells, putting our ideas on there and getting everyone's feedback and stuff like that. So we think we've got a pretty good list of spells and prayers that everyone wants. The basic idea for them is basically to enhance teamwork and tanks and stuff like that. Things that will be useful in raids that are coming up.
What is going on, everyone? This is Bistro here, and today we are going to be talking about the Seren spells and prayers that will be coming out in the Seren quest next month or sometime in September. These are going to go really good with the raids as they're going to be team-based, whether it is for skilling or it's actually for melee. Now, Mod Ollie recently got moved to a different project, but it's been picked up by someone else. This is what we kind of know about the spells so far. I don't know how recently this was updated. There isn't an update tick on here. May 26th. So it's still pretty old, but the stuff that we have on here is pretty interesting. So I'm going to go over all of them here. The offensive spells, Shield Dome, a channel spell. The caster must remain motionless whilst casting this spell. Protects anyone stood within the shield for up to 50% of the damage they receive. Benefits from the spell drop by 10% for every Shield Dome effect you've been under recently, meaning that you should use them at the right time rather than chain them together. What this spell is really good for, let's say, a healer class or a strategist class, is just like these spells are really good for a new way of playing in bossing, and I really hope that the raids will demonstrate this a lot. It's definitely something I really want to practice and work with people, so they all have their own pretty much jobs to do and wear the gear accordingly. Intercept wards players, meaning you will take the next attack they would receive. Currently lasts about 6 seconds roughly. You no longer teleport to them. This is a good one for tanks. I know that tanks can't really use a whole lot of magic, but if this was to be a hybrid, this would be a perfect spell. However, it would also be a good spell for a strategist to go ahead and take damage if one of their DPS people is getting low on health and is taking a bunch of damage. Restoration Totem restores a little bit of a familiar HP and familiar special attack energy each tick. This is a good one when you're using your attacking familiars, I guess. The Restoration Totem will really give Steel Titans a little bit more attack ability as well as longevity for their health in a big boss fight. So not the most amazing spell, but it's still going to be a useful one. The Stockpile Totem. They say it needs a better name, but it allows you to store HP in the totem so that someone else can claim the health when they need it. Once again, another good strategist slash healer spell here. Really excited to see how this would work. I'd almost like to think of it as leeching your own health into anyone that would need it in your group. The Decoy Totem that lures enemies attacking you into it. Attacking it, the totem will get wailed on whilst you wail on the enemy. It has limited health and ends when it dies. This is a good strategy one, or also a good tank spell as well. It's going to be kind of weird because I'm not really used to seeing tanks have spells that would work for them, but we already got a couple here. And all of these will really work good with a healing class. The Opal Dart, an offensive air blast, less damage than other ancient spells, but with secondary effect that allows totems to stay around longer. This will work good if you are using all these in a big group. Otherwise, I would just stick to your ancients. the Sapphire Dart, Water Spell, um, Emerald Dart and Ruby Dart. They're going to be for water, earth, and fire, and those get stronger accordingly. Um, the Emerald one, it adds on here, stacks up for 5% damage reduction. The stack with other forms of damage reduction. The fire one, with secondary effect that will give allies, but not the caster, a damage boost to all attack styles. Stacks up to 5% damage boost and stacks with other forms of damage boosting. Really good strategy spell when you need to do DPS at a certain time. You can just cast a Ruby Dart and then that 5% damage can stack on top of people going berserk or using their ultimate abilities to really pound out that DPS. Planned but not in development yet, the Sanctuary Totem creates a totem that an ally can click on to immediately teleport so they can escape damage. This will be really good for events like, let's say in the Calify King when he's about to charge, you can just go ahead and use that and get out of the way. The dart spells are placeholder title names, feel free to suggest new names, but I would like to keep the Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire, and Opal names in them. I think that's a good idea. So, skilling spells. These spells will be really good for skilling, and once again in the raid area there are places to do some skilling dungeoneering-esque style, so I'm sure that these can be used in it as well. Enrichment converts all memories in your inventory to enriched versions of that memory. Single cost, does not scale based on how many memories you have in your inventory. That's a really good one, might be a little bit overpowered, but it will speed up divination just a little bit. It might be expensive, but I think that would be a nice one when it comes to really wanting to pound out that divination experience. Crystal Mask makes you way better at not being caught. This is basically a thieving one, current 25% boost subject to balancing. Crystallize, casting and mining spots, trees, fishing spots, or box traps. You'll gain increased XP when the effect is active, but no resources. Additionally, the resource will not disappear whilst the spell is active, but only for you. If other players exhaust your resources while the spell is active, the spell will wait until the resource is back before continuing to count down. This is a good one for doing a bunch of like group mining. I don't see a whole lot of use for it that much anymore because people aren't really using these spots that used to have really important areas to them. Now, unless you are going to be mining, let's say, mithril ore, that would be a really nice one because you'll be getting better experience and you're not really saving that ore for cash as you would be for rune and adamant. Rapid growth, planning to limit this to herbs, trees, and fruit trees. You can use once per day. It will advance the patch one stage of its current growth and safe from disease. This rapid growth is really overpowered for farmers, but I think it would be really cool. You can use that on, like I said, herbs, trees, and fruit trees. Just go ahead and speed up a run for some more experience. It doesn't seem that powerful because it can only be used once per day, so it is a daily spell, but just another thing that farmers can use. So that's what we have right now. It's looking pretty good. They don't have anything on the prayers. I can go over to this document here and see if they have a whole lot. It looks like they got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 prayers that they are looking at, but these are really subject to change. I'll go over them anyway. Their fortitude, large increase to defense, life points, and regeneration, possibly at a cost of some offensive stats. Specifically designed to be a definite tanking prayer and should share activation with other prayers like Turmoil. Light and dark forms, whilst in light effect the Seren spells is amplified, dark effect Zaro spells are amplified. It doesn't say how much, but this would definitely go with the ancient curses and magics. Soul Link allows a link to another player, sharing damage, healing prayer, summoning. This is going to be a good healer ability, and all of these I'm just really excited to see kind of come together and make something truly awesome. So what do you guys think of these spells? And the prayers, even though the prayers are really subject to change, comment below, let me know. I'm really excited for this, and I think it will just be the cherry on top of the raids that are coming out this next week here. So thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.